Hey everyone, my name is Sean and welcome to Geeksvana. Coming up today, we're going to be hearing from a US attorney of law about why the FAA chose that particular Philadelphia YouTuber to fine. Going by the title of this video, you might be forgiven for thinking this should just be a 30-second clip stating the obvious. If you fly within the regulations and responsibly, you will not get fined by the FAA. There you go. Pretty simple and no need for any more information. Anyone who has viewed videos on my channel before certainly knows I would always fall on the side of following the regulations. However, what we are also looking into today is why did this YouTuber in particular gain proposed fines of over $180,000 when other videos on YouTube, which clearly seem to be breaking regulations, have gone unpunished. I've had this question in a lot recently from viewers both sides of the pond, so when another YouTuber went public with his opinion on this from the point of view of a practicing US attorney, I took notice. Steve Lehto was a disc jockey and chat show host for many years. He's been creating content on YouTube for 7 years and practicing law in Michigan for almost 30 years, specialising in lemon law and consumer protection. He has around 149,000 subscribers. I watch him because of my own interest in cars and consumer law. Recently, he put out some content within which he put forward his own opinion on why the FAA felt able to fine this one particular YouTuber. Steve very kindly allowed me to share that opinion with you.
And so now the question is, why did they focus on the live stream videos but not the other ones? And here's the thing. I'm not an expert on drone law. And so I know it's going to immediately draw fire from people who are going to say, then why are you talking? Well, because I know enough about the law to understand the elements of what goes into things like this. And I'll give you an example. There are guys out there who film themselves driving very, very fast. So for instance, one of the popular things to do is a lap around Manhattan. And if you go out late at night in the right time of the year when there's no traffic and you time all the lights just right, you can zoom around the island and time yourself doing it. And these guys do that, and then they'll film themselves doing it. And then, of course, the problem is if they post a video on YouTube or someplace else, someone might look at it and go, wait, I see the guy running red lights, I see him speeding, I see him doing all these things. And so what many of them will do is, depending on what the statute of limitations is in New York, they'll wait till that time runs out, and then the next day they'll post it and go, we shot this a year and a day ago. And they do that on purpose. We shot this 1 year and a day ago, or 2 years and a day ago, or whatever the statute is. So if you shoot drone video, and let's just suppose that I go out in my backyard, I launch my drone, and I film some video. And let's assume that I break some regulation of the FAA with how I fly that drone. So let's suppose, and again, I'm just going off what's in the article here, it says an infraction such as flying over 400 feet. So let's suppose that is actually an infraction. And I have in my backyard a ruler stuck into the ground. It's 405 feet tall. Okay? I'm making this easy for you. And I fly the drone up to the 405 foot mark, and I fly it around. You can see clearly it's at 405. Okay? And then the drone comes down. I take that video and I post it on YouTube. Now, someone could look at the video and go, he broke the law there. He flew his drone at over 400 feet. The question is, when did I do that? When did I do that? Because most crimes, murder does not, but most crimes have statutes of limitation. There's a time frame within which they must be prosecuted. And so if you ever see an indictment, the actual document that's filed with the court, that's shown to the defendant, that's read out loud in court to let you know what the charges against you are, it'll often begin by saying the people of the state of, or the citizens of the United States, accuse you of on this date doing this thing. And then the thing will be broken down by elements, and then it'll say where it took place. In the city of such and such, within the county of such and such, within the state of such and such. So the location, what you did, and the date become extremely important. And if the video is good and shows what you did, pretty much it's all on video. And if the video shows where you did it, that's on video also. The one thing that the video is not going to necessarily show is the date it happened. So if somebody presents something as a live stream and they say, hey, I'm shooting this on January 1st, 2020. And then they have the stuff in the video. If the video demonstrates that a law was broken, if they can figure out by looking at the video where it was broken, they now know the date it was broken because of the live stream. That's why I believe they went after the live streams. The other problem, of course, here is that along with the flying the drone too high, he was charged with reckless flying, for instance. And again, I don't know what constitutes that, but again, if you're doing something with the drone and the video demonstrates what you're doing and they can see where you're doing it, the date is the question that really becomes a big one. And it was live streamed, then they know the date. So this sounds oppressive to me, $180 some odd thousand in fines for over 100 violations based simply upon videos on YouTube. But we actually are in an arena where there's going to be a lot of stuff happening as this stuff gets worked out. Because like I said, you've got localities that are issuing laws against drone flying when they can't. And you're getting people who are flying drones in places that they shouldn't be. And so what often happens is I've seen drones buzzing places before and going, I wonder who's running that. And you're looking around, you don't see, the operator out there. And so there have been drones showing up places they shouldn't be, near airports, for instance. And so I suspect what they're going to do is they're going to go after some people when they can, just hoping that word gets out and that people will get scared into compliance. I'm not saying this is right. That might be their rationale, however. So that's what could be going on here.
Thank you to Steve Lehto for allowing us to share those clips with our audience. I think from a straight point of information, this is of interest to my audience and helps to give one opinion to a question raised by a number of you. To watch his video in full and find out more about his channel, follow the link in the description. The subject of these fines in particular is not one that I've covered on Geeksvana, and I do not intend to yet. There has been a lot of coverage already, and you could argue that until a final resolution and final fine amount is worked out, the story itself isn't known yet. However, as the situation raised specific questions from my audience, I wanted to try and provide some of the answers. One thing I would say regarding the wider drone content on YouTube, away from the issues in Philadelphia and especially recorded content, is that the creator is editing and presenting that video to you to entertain and keep you engaged. There are often many things happening in the production of that content behind the scenes, which ensures that the creator is keeping within regulations. So sometimes you will see a range test and not see the spotters used. Or there will be a dramatic sequence of an exciting FPV flight which is within a controlled zone. If every creator were to show all these steps in the video, it would be 5 times as long and frankly boring. I'm not saying that this is the case in any particular video or all of them, but it is something to keep in mind when watching content on YouTube. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the comments made by Steve Lehto. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
What are you... The show's over. You know this. We do this every single time. Come on, guys. A bit of privacy. It's embarrassing.